Good evening, friends. I hope this Friday finds you well. I've got that FIFA feeling. Big game tonight in Group A, and you are very welcome inside to the One Play Esports Spectrum. The man to my right, the living legend, the godfather of gaming, the prince of Pro Club, the notorious, the man that put the E into esports, Mr. Nitin Nambiar. And Nitin, crackerjack tonight. Last games in Group A for both Thailand and Vietnam, and the stakes could not be higher. $2,500 up for grabs, and we know what they've got to do if they want to keep their fate in their own hands.
Yep, exactly. Thailand and Vietnam both have their destiny in their own hands. Thailand need a meager 2 points to qualify. Vietnam need 4 points to qualify. So we'll see if they manage to do it.
Anything less than that, they could be out by the end of tonight, or more worryingly for them in terms of the nerves jangling, they'll have to wait till Sunday when Malaysia take on Brunei to see if they've done enough to qualify. But as Nitin said, if they want it bad enough, they can get it tonight. This is what the One Play Sports C Nations Cup is all about. If you're new to the party, where have you been? We're already on match night 9 of 16. $2,500 in the prize fund. We've brought all the 8 C Nations together. We started way back on Wednesday, May the 6th, and we are still with you for the next couple of weeks every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday, 11 p.m. Singapore time, GMT +8. And all the games have got one thing in common, Mr. Notorious. What is that?
They're all live and exclusive on the best place to catch Pro Clubs action in Southeast Asia, the One Play Sports Facebook and YouTube page, and the One Play Sports Esports Facebook page.
Let's rattle through now and tell you where we're at with Group B and Group A, the group we're focusing on tonight. We'll start with Group B. We'll be going back to Group B next Wednesday. Singapore thumping the Philippines. Shamir Razik, the former Singapore international, leading the golden boot race in this particular competition with 4 in that incredible annihilation. Indonesia switching up to get 6 points against Myanmar, who proved they could still be a handful when they take on Singapore in their final group game. Moving swiftly on, we have a look at what happened when Myanmar trounced the Philippines once and then just got past them the second time. And on Wednesday night, we saw Singapore pick up 4 points. Some controversial team changes in the second leg, but you think that 4 points should be enough to see them through. Not done and dusted yet, though. This is how Group B looks at the moment. Singapore top in the group with 10. They don't need much from their last 2 matches coming up against Myanmar. Indonesia still have work to do, particularly if Myanmar can put a surprise against the Singaporeans as they take on the Philippines, who are pointless and the only side of the 8 nations so far who are already out of the competition. But tonight we focus on Group A, and this is what's happened in Group A so far. Malaysia and Thailand exchange 1-0 wins on match night 1. Vietnam and Brunei ditto, although Vietnam won away and Brunei went away in their 2 clashes in the first 2 match nights in Group A. Moving on to the second batch of games, Thailand picking up 4 points against Brunei, and Brunei very unlucky in that game. Remember, they missed a bot-taken penalty in injury time to pick up the 3 points. The table would have had a very different look if that goal had gone in. And Vietnam getting the better of Malaysia at the Bukit Jalil, and Malaysia getting the better of Vietnam at the Mai Din. And this is how it stands in Group A going into tonight's matchups. Thailand and Malaysia currently in possession of the 2 prized top spots that would get them through to the semi-finals. Vietnam still with work to do, but they could turn that table on its head by the end of tonight, and don't count Brunei out just yet. Fixtures still to come then. Obviously tonight we have got the big one. We've got Thailand, Vietnam. I'm really looking forward to Malaysia and Brunei as well. That's not done and dusted yet.
Yeah, Group A, the group of death, has proved really competitive. All 4 teams have played their part, and it's fantastic to see a group so tight going into the final round of fixtures.
And I'll throw it forward to next week, the final games in Group B for you there as well. Don't forget, we're all about interaction here. Let me check my phone for the first time tonight. Shall I see if the usual suspects are with us? Our dear leader, Mr. Mohit Lalvani, is watching live. Great to have so many of you with us, Ultras Pro Esports. But there's not enough of you talking to me. I need conversation here. Nitin's great, but I need more.
Come on, guys.
LSFC, have your say. Plant your nation's flag in the Facebook comment section. Talk them through what LSFC is all about, Nitin.
Like, share, follow and comment. We've successfully created a wonderful Pro Clubs community here. We've created a couple of heroes, 2 of them playing today, Wu Yang Ping and Traitor Kid. And we really appreciate your support.
Can see Kong Fluke is online. He shared the stream. We'll be seeing him in action for Thailand a little later. And by the way, must also mention what's happening tomorrow night, because we start in our quarter-final stage in the One Play Pro Club Challenge with an all-Singaporean affair, La Rojak football against the ones to watch. And if it's half as exciting as the final round of 16 game last night, where Brotherhood Vien, who we'll be seeing more of tonight with some of their players representing Vietnam, getting past Kerapok of Malaysia, our second game that went to golden goal extra time in that competition, it was thrilling.
It was, and it was really edge of your seat stuff, especially in that extra time period. Both sides had great chances. I remember Tretakit pulling off you can consider it a match-winning save in golden rule time, and it was just fantastic to watch.
And the cool guy who we'll see again tonight coming up with that winning goal for Vietnam. Can he get Vietnam's brotherhood, I should say? Can he get the winning goal for the national team tonight? We'll find out very shortly. And of course, there is still time. Maybe not if you're Vietnamese tonight, if they go out, but there is still time because your country needs you. If you fancy go out singing your national anthem, play it in the background on YouTube, film yourself singing it in landscape, and email it to us at studio@oneplacesports.com, or you can WhatsApp it to +659 721 7756. And I got to tell you now, folks, we had a wonderful Indonesian Raya and a Singaporean Majula. From our two, The Rock and Zara Leola on Wednesday. But we've got a couple of anthems tonight. We've got a lovely young girl from Vietnam who's the niece of one of the players, the centre-back Nguyen Tuan, and a sensational rendition, an acoustic one, of the Thai national anthem.
Oh,
really looking forward to that. That is to come very, very shortly indeed. But it's that time, isn't it, Nitin, when we start to focus on the action we're bringing you live and exclusive on One Play Sports this evening. How on earth do you split these two? Because we've seen when Thai clubs play Vietnamese clubs, it's tight. We've seen the other way round. I mean, I really can't split these. Vietnam at Pro Club and at Seed Nations Cup level, defence has been key for them.
Yep, and we've seen a bit of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde from Vietnam. They've been good in either tie. They play home and away, so they've been good in one of those ties. They've been poor in the other. We've seen that twice now. If they can switch it up today, and if they can be strong in both ties, they have a solid chance of finishing top of Group A. And who would have thought that at the start of the tournament?
Big question is, can Vietnam and the trade ticket find a way to stop the man, the myth, the legend, Wow Wang Ping, who's leading our Golden Boot race? Remember, there's cash prizes up for grabs, not just for the winning teams in that $2,500 prize fund, for the Golden Boot as well. And check out that race. Those 2 goals from Shamir against Indonesia in the first game on Wednesday, aligned to the 4 he scored against the Philippines in Singapore's first match in Group B, mean he is top. But with Wu Yang Ping playing for a Thai team that is likely to make the semi-finals, the Golden Boot race is far from over. And don't discount Zam as well. Interesting though, those 2 Singaporean players have of course played 2 more matches than Wu Yang Ping, who will make up that difference tonight.
That's not true. Shame didn't play that second game. So essentially, he's played only 1 more game than Wu Yang Ping. He's got 2 more goals. So Shame has been the striker to talk about in the C Nations Cup, but Wu Yang Ping could change all that today. And as we've seen, the guy's a goal machine.
Yeah, and of course it gives us a very interesting matchup. I'm a big Wow Wang Ping. I think he's my favourite player across the Pro Club season on One Play Sports so far. And you've got a favourite goalkeeper who will be up against him tonight.
Yeah, man, the Teta kid from Brotherhood VN, he's pulled off some amazing saves. I won't say single-handedly, but he's been a really key influence in his side's progress into the last 8, the only representation left for Vietnam in the Pro Club Challenge. And here he is today in the C Nations Cup, being Vietnam's keeper. So expecting big things from him, and really interested to see that clash between Wu Yang Ping against Traitor Kid. Who will come out on top?
It's coming up live. You'll find out very shortly. Jiao Din, one of the players for Thailand. Susu Thailand, he says. Good to have you with us, Jiao Din. I know he's another player you like, Nitin. And the boss of VPG Worldwide, Aaron Delossa, is with us as well. Aaron, great to have you with us this evening. Keep the comments coming in. LSFC. It's match time. Here is tonight's 2 matchups. It is going to be Thailand against Vietnam. First at the Rajaman Gala, then we switch, estimated at about 11:30 to the Mai Din for Vietnam against Thailand. Nitin, talk us through these starting lineups, because there is no shortage of talent and quality on display. You really don't know where to start. I'd like to start with the cool guy who got that winning goal last night, but I know you've got plenty of stats, facts and figures in a star-studded starting 22 tonight.
Yeah, fantastic. I'll start with Thailand first, since they're playing the first game at home. Thailand are playing a 4-5-1 today. Players I like from Thailand, Login 2K is a great player. We've seen a Lucky Boy in goal for Cat Nino, Amper at Cam, Kung Fluk, and of course, no need to mention Wu Yang Ping. A bit of stats for Wu Yang Ping. The guy has about 1,500 games, 1,592 goals, 375 assists, more goals to games, and this guy is just a goal machine, nothing else to say. He reminds me a lot of Alan Shearer. And in terms of Vietnam, they're playing a 4-3-3 today. Again, seeing a lots of familiar faces. Traitor Kid in goal, Rose Bling, Matt Kalele, Mantuan, Dong DK. The entire defense is from our Pro Club Challenge. You'll remember them. Heisenberg in midfield, cool guy, Tomcat. A fantastic 11. I hope they manage to get their potential today because they're a really exciting side. And their key player for me is Gaudin, who's playing centre mid. He's a real creative influence, and if he has his way, Thailand could be in for a big surprise.
And what I like about Gaudin as well, he's very versatile. He plays his part going forward, but he also plays his part at the back as well.
Yep, it's great to see. Most of these players have already built up their pros to a certain level, and their stamina is really good. So it's fantastic to see really talented players doing good work in the attack and also fantastic work in the back.
Shout out as well to Ampa, the player manager of Thailand at the ripe old age of 14. I wonder if he'll cope with the pressure tonight. Best of luck to you, Ampa. Moment of judgment is almost upon us, but we cannot let the start of this occasion go without the pomp and ceremony it deserves. Wherever you're watching around the world, you are welcome with us during this ongoing COVID-19 situation worldwide. We hope we are entertaining you here on One Play Sports. Please be upstanding, north, south, east and west as we cross live to Bangkok to get the national anthem of Thailand, Plain Chat Thai, sung quite magnificently by Nakhon.
Pra tên Thai rua menua cha cha Thai Pem pracharat Patai ko Thai tuk suon Yudom roko wai dai tamon Dui Thai ramai laksama kin Thai ni laksago Te toro maka からちゃんみはいくらいこきさらうるやぴちゃぱりたるんプラテトゥタイトゥウィミチャイチャイよチャイよขอบคุณมากครับ
All right,
that was absolutely
fantastic.
sensational.
It'll be a
Nakhon
rock.
set a very high bar, but he's got some competition tonight. Please, wherever you're watching around the world, remain upstanding as we cross now live for the national anthem of Vietnam, sung to us tonight quite brilliantly by the niece of the centre-back of Vietnam, Manakan. It is Ha Mai. What a rendition of Chen Quang Ka, sung by Ha Ma. Fantastic work, Harmar. Many thanks. We are not worthy of your presence. That was absolutely sensational. Right, we're about to go live pitch side to the Rajaman Gala, but first, some shout-outs. Suki is with us, cheering on Vietnam. We've got Ju here. He's on the side of Thailand. Nachinon, one of the players tonight, is on board as well. Keep the comments coming. LSFC, like, share, follow, comment. I wouldn't like to be in a position to predict this one. I'm glad that's Nitin's job. Predictions, please, Nitin.
I'm going to go with Thailand to win the home game and Vietnam to win the away game.
Ooh.
So let us know what your predictions are, guys. Put it in the comment sections and we'll be sure to read them out.
We're underway. Thailand in the blue lane, left to right. Vietnam in the famous red shirts, playing from right to left. And Ampa, the 14-year-old, gets it to Nanchanon, who we saw in the Facebook comment section just minutes ago. Nanchanon to Ampa. This is a bright start from Thailand, knitting very early indeed. But Sungsitter now, Thai's keeping possession brilliantly with the former manager logging to KTH, who we've had the pleasure of having on our network, getting a touch, but it's out for a throw.
Yeah, not too much we can read with 3 minutes in, but the Thais have started positively, and having said that, they also gave the ball away very cheaply. So
well, here's the first chance of Vietnam to make something happen, but Nuke Ho Ho punts the ball clear. Down the right-hand side now. Come Vietnam with Dung Jim. Here's Duong. Duong inside to the Tomcat. And that's a thumping clearance, my word. He got behind that, didn't he? Vietnam get possession. Are you expecting these to be low scoring, Nitin?
I'm expecting them to be very tight games because there's so much on the line with qualification in both these teams' hands. I wouldn't see both these teams going all out attack right at the start.
Our dear friend Ayman Roshizam is watching from Malaysia. He'll be on the coverage with us on Sunday for Malaysia Brunei. He says this is the game to watch. I'm sure your game will be one to watch, Ayman, on Sunday as well. My old mate Nick Childs is online. VPG Singapore sharing the screen. Great to have so many of you with us. As Nachanon gets it to Ampa, the 14-year-old might win a corner here and does. First corner of the contest, 10 minutes in, and it goes to the team in blue, Thailand. Haven't seen too many goals scored at C-Nations Cup level. The best way to score goals in Pro Club from corners appears to be that near post routine, but they play this short. Nachanon, nice ball into the middle, heads are up, and Mantuan, whose niece brilliantly sung the national anthem, Harm Mai, is now giving Thailand a second corner opportunity inside 60 seconds. Plays it short again with Nanchanon. They've been working on corners by the look of it, but it's not worked there. And Joy brings it away, and there's a chance with Gio Din to get the move going for Vietnam, Nitin.
Yeah, but Login 2K there read the play fantastically. And he's lost the ball now. Oh no, he hasn't. Well played.
Here's Login 2KT8. As Sungsitter gets it out to the left-hand side to Nanchanon. Here's Ampa. Great work on the ball from the 14-year-old. Juong intercepts, though. These two teams, as we suspected, closely matched. That's more great work from Ampa. And more good covering defending from the player you highlighted, Nitin, before the match, Gio Din.
Oh, Ampa's won it back.
Oh, sensational. Wu Wao, Wu Yang Ping to the login. Kung Fluke, another goal scorer in the tournament already. Back to the login. Kung Fluke, can he pick out Wu Wao, Wang Yang Ping? Here's RZS. RZS, good work. And that's going to be another corner, is it? Yes.
Yeah,
Well, they're fighting on the pressure now.
Good defending by Rose Blink, but I felt that RZF could have got that cross in a bit earlier. Wu Yang Ping had found himself in a good position.
Corner comes in, plays short again. That's something they've been obviously working on in training. All these corners going short. Sungsitter!
Oh my God!
Well, the keeper was nowhere, and Malkanadi had to clear it off the line. What on earth was your hero, the traitor kid, doing there, Nitin?
Yeah, I think that could have been down to lag or something. No idea what happened there. He got his timing totally off, which is very strange for the traitor kid.
A reminder that Vietnam need 4 points across their two matches. 6 on offer for both teams tonight to qualify. Thailand only need 2, so Thailand will be happy with the start they've made. Nachanon, Malkanadi, who saved Vietnam and the traitor kid's bacon just moments ago, gets it to Rose Blink.
Yeah, fantastic positioning
That's
from
a great ball. Is he onside? He is. Kun Pi looking for the option in the middle. Kun Pi squares it. Tomcat! Straight into the arms of the lucky boy, who didn't need to be too lucky to get behind that.
Yeah, fantastic run down the channel from Tom P. Managed to find Tomcat in lots of space. Tomcat got a shot away, but easily dealt with by Lucky Boy.
I'll tell you what, our dear friend Ivan's doing our job for us, Nitin. He's already got a tagline for this game. Do you want to hear it? It's Will Wu Yang Ping torment Vietnam's goal, or will the cool guy bring glory to Vietnam? You think the honours are going to be shared between the two?
Yeah, I think that both these sides will have very little to differentiate them, as we've seen so far in the first 26 minutes.
Log in, 2KTH gets it back to Bank Kemp, to Nuke Ho Ho, the left back. of the Thai team to Sunk Sitter. Thailand, for me, looking just that little bit more comfortable in possession. Ampa to Kong Flute. Now, where's Wu Yang Ping? They're marking him very tightly, and no surprise as Heisenberg brings it away. Interesting clash, this, Nitin. Not going to be high scoring, but it's certainly going to be fascinating.
Yeah, very clever defending from Vietnam. They're playing a very low line, not giving Wu Yang Ping lots of space, which is exactly what you need to do against a striker as potent, excuse me, as he is.
We've had 1-0 draw in the C Nations Cup so far, and that, of course, was the last game we saw, the second matchup between Indonesia and Singapore at the Gloria on Wednesday. This is looking very much like it's going to be a first half that's going to finish goalless. Can't see there being more than a couple of goals in this first game. It might change in the second when the teams know what they have to do to qualify, but at the moment they're playing a conservative game. Wu Yang Ping does well. Wu Yang Ping finds Nachanon. Nachanon in the area. Good covering defending by Duong. And Vietnam get it away again.
Yeah, great defending from Vietnam. Both sides have started the game very tentatively, both feeling each other out, which is completely understandable at this, in this important stage of the competition.
Jung down the right-hand side to Joy. We love Myanmar. There's a Myanmar fan on there. We've got Pao Indradat as well from Thailand on the Facebook comment section. Keep them coming. LSFC, like, share, follow, comment. There's Lung Kung Fu and a lovely first-time pass from Ampa. Gets Thailand in business through Nachanon. Nachanon with a great driving run. Finds Login. They're looking for Kong Fluke, and it might come to Wu Yang Ping. Ooh. And Thailand's scrambling defence does the job once again.
Yeah, Vietnam just able to clear the lines there. Lots of pressure from the Thai players, as you'd expect, but they've done well so far, the Vietnam defence.
A word for our friends from Myanmar. You'll be able to see them in action. The final group game is next Friday. Singapore against Myanmar. I'm sure that'll be a big event with Myanmar possibly still in with a chance of qualifying going into that one. Here's Duong. Certainly we're seeing more possession for Thailand, but other than that mistake when he was off his line and Mad Kaledi saved him, he hasn't had too much to do with the trade to kids so far. And key for me is Vietnam keeping Wu Yang Ping quiet.
Yep, and you know, not just defensively tight, Vietnam have created a few chances themselves. So
Zhao Din, Kung Pei, I'm not sure what he was doing there.
Very
have they had any
start
shots
from
on
them.
goal, Vietnam? I don't think
Yeah, they did. Who's that? Tomcat with the shot. A good save
right.
from Lucky Boy.
Yeah, it wasn't that good a save, was it? I mean, it was a good opportunity they carved out. How hard is it to score those goals from open play from outside the area, Nitin, technically on FIFA Pro Club?
It all depends on the keeper's position. On you know, sometimes even those long shots can take a deflection and go in. So there is a high, not say a high chance, there is a good chance that you'll trouble the keeper at least. So I like to take a shot whenever I get the chance.
Gio Din's given that straight to Ampar. That was a very bad idea. Wu Yang Ping's got support ahead of him. Can he try and find Kong Fluke? Wu Ping, he finds Nachanon instead. Wu Yang Ping making his way into the area. A Sunk Sitter now lays it off. Oh, this is wonderful from
Ampar!
And Heisenberg stood up well, but Nachanon still with a chance. Heisenberg, this Vietnamese defence, obviously the Vietnamese national team, as we get the whistle for half-time, into this drawn from all the sides we've seen in the pro clubs, even Pure FC went out in the round of 32, VM Brothers, Brotherhood, the Royal Cavaliers. There's an understanding between these players, and defensively, as has been the hallmark of the club game in Vietnam this season, they are so strong. Goalless at the break.
Yeah, but it's great to see a team that, you know, they enjoy defending as much as Vietnam do. All the players are responsible in tracking back, and they all do their jobs wonderfully. But
you can see those stats tell the story. It is very much defence is on top here, isn't it, Nitin?
Yeah, and I felt that Thailand had a bit more possession advantage in that game. Surprised to see that 51%. One shot on target for the Thais, one shot on target for the Vietnamese. Very tentative first half again, and it's to be expected. Hopefully we'll see more goalmouth action in the second half.
It's an interesting switch, isn't it? Because on Wednesday night, admittedly it wasn't the last group game, Singapore went for it in the first game, then played very conservatively and made changes for the second. Here, I've got a feeling it might be the other way around. We might get a quiet first game. They might both pick up a point each. And then, of course, Thailand will know they only need a point, but Vietnam will know they need to go for the win when they take them back to My Dinh.
Nah, I think the Thais will definitely want 3 points in their home game. You know, you never know with lag what kind of gameplay you're going to face in the second game. So
clearly, Vietnam will be the happier of the two teams at
definitely,
the moment.
they'll be happy to take a draw away from home against the Thais, who have a fantastic side.
Dong Jim, Gio Din, oh, that's ambitious. Keeper's coming. Lucky Boy couldn't take it on the field, but he got a touch away and the Thais can clear. Oh, thought that was going to be a nice lead from Thailand, but it's out for a throw to be taken by Rose Blink. Shout out to our dear colleague Amar Donipudi, who's with us. Amar does a great work on some of the packages you see here at One Play Sports and the edit suite. Marvellous work. Our editors working overtime during this COVID-19 crisis to give you all the very best in original content. Rose Blink, inside it goes. This is a better start from Vietnam in the second half. There's no question about it.
Yep, 4 minutes in, you know, it's hard to say after 4 minutes, but they certainly look...
Gio Din, Lucky Boy spilt it! And Nuk Ho Ho had to get it away, and Ampa, who's having a great game, clears it up. Now business is starting to pick up, Nitin.
Yep, with Vietnam committing players forward, you can see Thais have lots of space for the counter, and we'll see what they're able to do.
Nuk Ho Ho.
The left back's bombing forward.
Oh, Nuk Ho Ho, that's a delightful cross, but Roseblink gets to it only as far as Ampa heads it back in, and Magkalady, not for the first time, bells the ball out of the Vietnamese penalty area when they look like they could be in some trouble. Here's Login 2KTH. Wow, Yang Ping, it nearly fell for Kung Fluke, but Man Tuan manages to get it away, and I am absorbed by this. Not many goals, but plenty of fascinating matchups on this pitch as Heisenberg goes down in the area. No shout for a penalty, and Vietnam managed to get it clear.
Yeah, Heisenberg is almost joining the centre-backs, Makalele and Mantuan, to form a three at the back at times, and he's doing a fantastic job so far.
Ampa. Oh, look at that skill from Ampa. Sunk sitter. Belying his young age of 14, Nitin Ampa, player-manager as well. He's thriving on the responsibility given to him by the original manager, Login 2KTH.
Yep, it's great to see youth being given a chance, and Ampa certainly repaying the faith shown in him by Login 2K.
One of the Singapore boys is on the Facebook comment section. Farmi Zabidi says, hopefully Singapore will face Thailand at some point. I can't wait to see Wu Yang Ping go up against us. I think they're all looking forward to trying to take on Wu Yang Ping. Have you ever played against Wu Yang Ping, Nitin?
No, I have not, and I'd love to, play centre-back against him one day just to really see how good he is.
I heard the game was actually arranged, but you pretended there was connection issues to avoid the match.
You're not supposed to tell everyone this, Patrick.
Nachinon, left-hand side. Thailand now getting into their gear with less than half an hour to go in this first matchup of the night. Remember, Vietnam need 4 points out of a possible 6 tonight. Thailand only need 2. Thailand might be halfway there as it stands, but they'll have to go to Vietnam and get something. It really does set up the second game fascinatingly if it stays goalless or ends in a draw here. Vietnam, though, hoping to win away as they've already done in this campaign. The cool guy taking a chip. Lucky boy gets it clear under pressure from Kun Pi.
Yep, the Thais have been found wanting sometimes with those deep crosses, so it's a tactic that obviously Vietnam like to employ, and it's not seen them create too many chances, but it's causing problems at the back for the Thais. Oh!
Here's a chance, Kun Pi! And Lucky boy just got there, Nitin, but the pressure is starting to mount at both ends. It's certainly picking up. I've got a feeling we're in for a crackerjack of a second game. Don't you dare go anywhere. Wherever you're watching around the world, you're very welcome to One Play Sports continuing coverage of the One Play Sports Sea Nations Cup. This is the final game in Group A, or final match night for Thailand and Vietnam. They'll play here and then switch within minutes by the magic of virtual gaming to the Mai did in Vietnam for the second game. Here's the cool guy. He came up with a very late goal yesterday in golden goal extra time to see Brotherhood Vien through against Kerapok of Malaysia. Gio Din hassled out of it, but he finds the cool guy. Cool guy twisting and turning. Cool guy going to give him the option. He's under pressure, the cool guy, and he'll win the corner. And I think this is Vietnam's first corner of the match. We saw Thailand going short with their corners in the first half. Now, what on earth will Vietnam do here? It looks like they're going to go outswinger to me. Outswinger it is. And headed away with the wrong direction by Magkalady, and Sunk Sitter tries to get it going. Farmi Zabadi of the Singapore team says, partner with me, Nitin, will take on Wu Yang Ping together.
Let's go, bro. Add me up on PSN, please. I'd love to play with you guys.
Shout out to Anthony Zanita Raj, our marvellous COO, who's also with us tonight. Great to see the One Play Sports family coming together, as you all should come together with One Play Sports. Stay home, stay safe, stay active, and stay enjoying the great FIFA Pro Club action. Here's Kung Fluke. Less than a quarter of an hour to go. Is there a goal in this game, Nitin? What do you think?
I think so, and the Thais will be bitterly disappointed if you don't win this game. Again, with playing the away tie, you do get some lag issues, and the Thais need 2 points. They would have got 1 point from here.
Remember, Vietnam came into this unseeded. Are the unseeded team going to shock either Thailand or Malaysia? Because if they can get a draw here and 3 points that the Mai did in a couple of moments' time, it'll be Thailand sweating on Brunei doing them a favour. I wouldn't like to be in their position. Tomcat plays it to the right-hand side.
Good space here for Vietnam.
Dong Jin, Gio Din.
Oh, it looks like they're happy with the 0-0, Vietnam.
Well, they've played brilliantly. They've got their game plan spot on, and that's been a hallmark of all the Vietnamese sides, both nationally and at club level, as Nunja comes up with a great clearance. They've come in with game plans and executed to perfection for the most part. Cool guy! Lucky boy punched it away. Why does Lucky boy seemingly reluctant to take balls on the full? That looked like it was an easy grab out the air.
Yeah, I can't answer that. You got to ask him. Lucky boy, if you're watching, let us know, man, why you like to keep punching the ball.
Here is Vietnam with the cool guy. If they get a goal now, and they're going to get another corner, They, for me, have had the better of this second half, Vietnam, Nitin, no doubt about it.
Yep, they've controlled the game, they've controlled the Thais brilliantly. They haven't created too many chances, just lots of deep crosses, but yeah, they've had the better of the second half.
Into the final 5 virtual minutes we go. Remember, each half equates to about 6 minutes of real time. You can see the clock ticking at the top. And he has been very quiet. Rose Blink and the back four with Mao Kaleli and Nguyen Tran have done a brilliant job in keeping him quiet as the keeper comes out well here. Lucky boy didn't want to take too many more touches than that because they were on in there, Vietnam.
Yep, but good play by the goalkeeper. He read that situation perfectly and pulled off a Manuel Neuer, sweeper keeper.
Kung Fluke, Ampa. Last chances there for Thailand to grab the 3 points. Natural.
Wu Yang Ping! Oh my God!
Whoa! Wow! Whoa! Wow! Yang Ping has stolen it at the death for Thailand. They've been second best for large parts of this second half, but the 3 points are staying at the Rajamangala, and that gives them the points as it stands that they need to qualify, Nitin.
What else do we need to say about Wu Yang Ping? The guy's been a ghost the entire game. His teammate finds him in the box with half a, it was a half chance.
He's barely touched the ball more than 3
And he
times.
took it with his first touch, put it past the keeper, Tretakit, no chance.
Sirini is loving that goal. Sirini, meter chop there. Jet Monkrung as well. Shout out to Jet Nitin. He's loving the goal. The Thais are all out to cheer on the goal that
Well
has
done,
given them
Thailand.
the points they need to qualify for the semi-finals. Thailand are through, and now Vietnam can't qualify tonight. They'll need, though, Nitin, to get the 3 points. And what will the psychology be of Thailand now in the second game? Will they be determined to get another 3 points to finish top, or will they put the cue in the rack and maybe make some changes to the starting lineup?
I think the Thais will look, to seal top spot today if they can. But having said that, Vietnam, it's all on Vietnam now. They have to get 3 points. If not, the results between Malaysia and Brunei could come back to haunt them, and it's no longer in their hands.
Well, one of the reasons why I'm glad that goal went in, one of the situations when we're playing this C-Nations Cup is we don't get the highlights where the game finishes in a draw, but that didn't finish in a draw, and as you say, it's the hallmark of a great player, whether it's in FIFA, whether it's on grass, wherever you're playing football. If you've got a player that can make a difference when he's had little impact in the game, like Wu Yang Ping did there, you're going to have a chance for glory. He gets his 5th goal of the competition, now just one behind our dear friend Shamir of the Singapore, and he'll be going for more goals in the second game, of that you can be sure. Talk us through the stats and those match highlights, Nitin.
Yeah, 50-50 on possession. I think that's fair. Thailand had the better of that first half. In the second half, Vietnam kind of took over. Not in terms of, again, not a lot of goal mouth action, but again, all you need is that one chance. Look at this. It's just that one highlight. Just look at this from Wu Yang Ping. Fantastic. He just made a run into the box. He knew the ball was coming. He knew he didn't have time for a touch. The Vietnamese defenders have been on him all game. Just took it brilliantly on the half volley. A fantastic effort right into the bottom corner. No chance for Tretakit. I asked earlier in the show who would get the better, Tretakit or Wu Yang Ping. And in this first game, it's Wu Yang Ping, man.
Yeah, that's the energy I want to see from Nitin Nambiar. We are finally poised here. We are very finely poised with Thailand now already getting the points they needed to go through. Remember, they came in tonight needing 2. They've got 3 thanks to Wu Yang Ping. Vietnam could only qualify tonight if they got 4. That is now beyond them. But if they get the 3 points, they will have a huge advantage over Malaysia and Brunei, who go into a tough battle this coming Sunday. All to play for. What's going to happen? You'll get the answer in just a couple of moments. Stay with us right here on One Play Sports. We cross live to the My Din in just moments for Vietnam against Thailand. The return.
Coming up on One Play Classic this week.
Great news from all over the world, it seems, in the last 48 hours. Circuit breakers, lockdowns, call it what you will. They all appear to be being eased somewhat. Singapore will enter phase 1 of the circuit breaker post period on Tuesday. Thailand announcing they're hoping to reopen the whole country on July the 1st. That is great. And fair play to Vietnam. They seem to have coped better than most with dealing with it. Wherever you are around the world, stay safe, stay home, and stay active with us while this circuit breaker continues. We've teamed up with our dear friends at Sports Singapore to bring you a whole strand of programming. Fitness shows in the morning for seniors, all ages, women, men, children, you can all get involved. Kelly and Barbara, don't forget, from next week are now 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, with an evening show, and that complements John and Duncan's brilliant evening show very nicely, thank you very much. You got Watch Your Cooking with Ben, who's a real talent as well, and my favourite, Be Still My Beating Heart for Vera on the afternoon stretch. I do like her.
Man, she's got some amazing yoga poses, I have to say. We saw something called
the Dirty Dog.
No, hey. We saw the King Eagle or something.
My
God, I don't know how they do it.
Have you ever tried the Dirty Dog?
It'll probably break my back. What?
Have you tried the Dirty Dog? Maybe you can give a demonstration now.
Dirty Dog? No, I don't think there's such a thing, man. You're trying to get me in
trouble. I think the Dirty
trouble.
Dog's this one, isn't it? I think you go like, this one, is it? Mate, I don't know. I can't do much more because the trousers all split. And I tell you what, you think that's good. There's more great news. I was speaking to our head of esports here at One Play Sports, Jessel, earlier on, and how about this knitting? Obviously, we tell you all the time, don't we? One Play Sports, esports fee for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you've been saying, well, what about Mondays? Well, now, late Monday, early hours of Tuesday morning, I think it's scheduled for 1 a.m. Singapore time, we are going to bring you the Isolation Formula E series, the likes of Ruben Barrichello, the Brazilian F1 driver. You don't pretend, you're a terrible actor.
No, that's so amazing.
You are a terrible actor. Lando Norris. Keep checking back with the One Play Sports Facebook page, and indeed, make sure you like and follow the One Play Esports page, which is new. Just doing a great job of bringing esports to the wider community. Look, we're ready to go. Enough of us jabbering. Let's get to action to the My Din as Vietnam bid to go on a salvage mission against Thailand, who have become the first team to officially qualify for our semi-finals here on One Play Sports C Nations Cup. Straight away, Nitin, let's look out if there's any bots there. The connection seems to be good. I think there might be one bot actually for Vietnam at the back, not entirely sure. Oh, that's an interesting cross. The lucky boy comes and sunks it or hacks it away. Just having a look there, they all appear to have arrows on top of them. So luckily, connection issues, which we thought might be a problem with Thailand and Vietnam, so far not handicapping anyone.
Yep, fantastic to see all 22 players on the pitch.
Oh, there's a dangerous challenge.
No, good tackle.
Oh, Ninja.
Fantastic
You'd have been screaming for a penalty if that was Singapore going down there. Shout out to Irfan Alarcon. Natchalon is loving this as well. The Thais have done what they needed to do. But Vietnam now, they really need to get some points on the board here. Otherwise, what about that? From Dai of QFC and Thailand having already qualified. Maybe they've taken the eye off the ball. Vietnam won't get the 4 points knitting, but they're on their way potentially to 3 that will put the pressure, pile the pressure on Malaysia and Brunei on Sunday.
Yeah, fantastic to see from Doi. It was a fantastic left foot finish right on the roof of the net. And if these results stay, I tell you what, Brunei and Malaysia is going to be a...
Ampar! Deflected and over, it'll be a corner.
Brunei and Malaysia is going to be a hell of a game if this score stays. Lots on the line for all 3 sides, considering Thais have qualified.
Thailand team obsessed with these short corners, but look at the space they've given Nanchan on. That was slack from Vietnam, and Tomcat was possibly lucky to get away with that. You don't really want to give players that much space at short corners, do you, Nitin?
Yeah, definitely not. You know, teams usually practice set-piece routines over and over again, trying to get them right. So you don't want to afford these teams any more time than they should have.
Kong Fluke, inside it goes to log in 2KTH. RZS gets it to Ninja. Vietnam have rattled the Thais there. I think the Thais, because of the quick turnaround in games, are probably still celebrating amongst themselves about gaining qualification. Of course, now, if they come from behind to win here, they'll be guaranteed top spot in the group as well, Nitin, which brings with it the... Oh, he's in here! Kung Pi for 2! Lays it off to Jiodin!
What a goal!
Jiodin, a player Nitin highlighted before the game, has made it 2-0. And look at the celebration.
Whoa.
He's having an epileptic fit.
He's so happy he scored. But again, fantastic play from Kun Pi. The goalkeeper has sold himself at that point. He thought Kun Pi was going to go for the shot. Kun Pi made the fake shot in, found Giaodin in lots of space, and Giaodin lots of composure and found the back of the net easily.
As it stands, Thailand top the table with 10 points and a goal difference of +3. Vietnam, if it stays like this, will move into second spot with 9 points and a goal difference of +1. It drops Malaysia down to third, and they'll need to get at least a win as they go close again, Malaysia. And don't forget, if Brunei can manage to beat Malaysia twice, that will make it interesting as well. If it stays like this, Brunei, if they beat Malaysia twice, will be through. And who thought that at the start of the competition?
Yeah, but again, fantastic to see Group A go down to the wire and all 4 teams have their chance to qualify. All 3 teams are now seeing that Thailand have already qualified.
Here's Nachanon, Wu Yang Ping. Wu Yang Ping looking for his 6th goal of the competition. Finds Nachanon in space. Nachanon looking for the option. Wu Yang Ping heads off, and that's more defensive work from Tomcat that can only be applauded. Nitin, Tomcat's been sensational for them.
The whole Vietnamese team have been sensational in this opening 20 minutes, I have to say.
Wu Yang Ping giving him a yard. They're giving him some space. Wu Yang Ping plays it through to Ampa. Ampa to the right-hand side, looking for Kong Fluke! And Treitiger gets down. Kong Fluke couldn't find the link-up man.
Yeah, Vietnam, they've been defending well from that first leg. Unlucky to concede in the last minute, but they've continued their defensive stability and have added some attacking threat, which is fantastic to see. They've got it right in the second game.
Well, Malaysia are certainly not enjoying watching this. Brunei will be, because Brunei will know if the scores stay like this, they'll have a chance of going through. Nuk Ho Ho! Thumped away by Man Tuan. Here's Sung Sitter to Doi, to Duong, Nanshanon working it out here. We know the Thais have got the ability to come from behind here, but I know the advantage of finishing top is arguable how much of an advantage it will be, because of course we don't know who's going to finish first and second in Group B yet. But psychologically, is it hard to get yourself up for these games when you know the hard work's already done?
It is, but the hard work hasn't been done. The Thais
But it has, they're through it.
They're through, but they haven't sealed top spot. They could be facing Indonesia or Singapore. So
who would they rather face, you think? Singapore
I think
or
Indonesia. Singapore look very, very strong.
Yeah,
that first team looks very strong. The second team a bit suspect, but
Rose Blink involved with RZS as they get it away. Don't forget to keep LSFCing. Like, share, follow, comment. And as we have a brief pause in play for this corner, I'll remind you again about the fantastic Isolation Formula E esports that we're bringing to you starting next week in the early hours of Tuesday morning. Keep checking back to the Facebook page for
Man
details on that. As Man Tuan comes up from the back, but it's only a goal kick.
Yeah, he managed to jump over the keeper as well, so Mantuan's got a hell of a leap on him. Fantastic stuff to get to the ball, just couldn't keep his head on target.
Long delay in taking this goal kick from Lucky Boy. Goes long with it eventually, straight down the barrel of the middle, and it only finds a red shirt, but Login 2KTH picks it up for Thailand. Here's Ampa. Ampa looking for Login. Login leaves it brilliantly for Kong Fluke. The Thais now starting to find their rhythm and gear, having been shell-shocked by those 2 early Vietnamese goals. If you're just joining us, Doi after 7 minutes, Giao Din after 12 have given Vietnam the ascendancy here. But whatever they do now, they still won't have enough points in the bag to guarantee qualification. They're going to be looking at Sunday's game between Malaysia and Brunei anxiously. Oh, Nanshanon through to Wu Yang Ping. And that's something you don't see every day. A centre-back getting the better of Wu Yang Ping. Makelele did well.
Yeah, Makelele read that fantastically. I thought Wu Yang Ping was going to get the shot away. And you know what happens when he gets the shot away. It's most likely going to end up in the back of the net.
Sung Sitter, Nanshanon. Near side, he's onside, Nuk Ho Ho. Plays it back and Giao Din does well. And I highlighted that before, Nitin. I know you were extolling the virtues of Giao Din going forward, as you've already seen. But what I love about him is he goes up and down the field. He's a real workhorse.
Yeah, he's like like a Kevin De Bruyne. He's not afraid to do the dirty work at the back, and he provides in the front as well.
RZS looks up for an option. Here's Ampa, gets it to Wu Yang Ping. Very nearly fell to the player out there on the left-hand side. I think it was Nanshanon. Thailand now starting to exert some pressure. I think Vietnam would like the half-time whistle around now. It's a very different ball game if they only go in 2-1 up at the break. Oh, Kong Fluke! Kong Fluke, what a save! Traitor Kid! His country needed him, and the traitor delivered.
Yeah, Kong Fluke, I think he thought Traitor Kid was going to go with the far post shot, but he read that perfectly and got a brilliant save at the near post.
They gave Nanshanon so much space there. Traitor Kid comes out well. They've got to get on top of Thailand at these short corners. Here's the cool guy, though. Is there going to be a twist in the first half tale here? As Thailand exerts some pressure, Nanija comes up brilliantly. Here's Login 2KTH. Out to this left-hand side. Thailand pushing for this goal to get them back into this matchup before half-time. Nuk Ho Ho. Vietnam have got to survive one more Thai saute before the break, and they do so. Look at that control from Tomcat Nitin.
Yeah, but I have to say, I really like the combo between Nachanon and Nuk Ho Ho. Nuk Ho Ho is a left-back that loves to bomb forward, and Nachanon, they have such a good combination. I love it whenever I see them play.
Here's Doi to the right-hand side, Giao Din. Oh, look at that from Giao Din. Very fancy. But Login 2KTH breaks it down. A whopping 3 minutes of time to be added on, largely because of those 2 goals. Doi in the 7th minute, Giao Din in the 12th. Giving Vietnam a 2-0 lead, which it looks like they're going to hang on to, Nitin.
Yeah, looks like it, and it's a fantastic stuff from Vietnam in this first half. Fully deserved their 2-goal lead. And here's Kunpi on the left. Oh, great tackle by Riskits. Oh, Kunpi with the ball back again.
Can't get another one before half-time, surely. It's not to be. We've now played over 4 minutes, and that will surely be the last play of the game. The referee still plays on here. Nukoho! Keeper comes. Lucky Boy did really well. And they are surely going to go into the break. I don't think I've ever seen 5 minutes of time added on at the end of the first half. Well, Vietnam have bounced back from the disappointment of the late Wu Yang Ping goal at the Rajamangala moments ago. Brilliantly knitted. It's the best possible response. They can't get the 4 points they need, but they can get the next best thing. 3 points still piles the pressure onto Malaysia and Brunei.
Yeah, it's a shame, considering Thailand got a really last-minute goal in that game. If the Vietnamese had held on, and if they had started the game like how they started this game, they would have sealed their place into the last 4. So.
And I did, I mean, you never give me credit. I always give you credit when you get things right. I did predict this game would be more open in the second match, didn't I? And it's proved that way. Look at the shots on goal.
Yeah, but I did predict Thailand to win the first game and Vietnam to win the second.
All right, well, I'll give you credit for that. But
I'll give you credit as well. I agree, it's a really open game.
Bro, how about show me some love from time to time, man?
Bro, I show you lots of love off camera, bro. We don't need to share that with the rest of the audience.
Yes, moving swiftly on. So, second half, is there any way back for Thailand in this game? It would be a different story, I think, if they were chasing a point to qualify, but they don't even need a point.
Yeah, but the Thais need to be careful here. If they go gung-ho a bit too much and Vietnam score another 2 goals, that could affect the goal difference here.
And don't forget as well, if Thailand only finish on 10 points, 2 wins for Malaysia against Brunei will actually leave them top of the table.
Yep.
And of course, if Malaysia finish top of their group, Singapore finish top of their group, they'll avoid each other. And that, for many, not for people from Thailand, Indonesia and Vietnam, of course, but that for many is going to be the dream final. Shout out to our dear friend Frank Lucas is with us. How you doing, Frank? Good to have you with us. Log in 2KTH. It's Thailand in the blue, playing from left to right in this second half. Vietnam in the red, playing from right to left. Here's Doi to Gio Din. Nuk Ho Ho. Good work once more from Thailand. Trying to build from the back with this Ampo, who's a 14-year-old sensational player manager. Heisenberg. Wu Yang Ping. That's the deepest thing I've ever seen Wu Yang Ping on the pitch.
Yeah, he's desperate for some possession. He hasn't...
The service hasn't been there for him today, has it?
Yeah, even in that first game, he got one chance, one sniff of a chance, and he took it. So Vietnam's got to be careful. This guy's a deadly goal.
Oh, into the area. Mad Kaleli. He's been a rock at the back. Mad Kaleli. Here comes Kong Fluke to Bang Kemp. Gio Din tracking back. Again, that's an example of that defensive work he does. He got it at both ends of the pitch, Gio Din.
Yeah, he's such a hard-working player. He's a real shining light for his team, in my opinion.
Here's Kung
Very
Fu.
important.
To Doi. When do they need to get this goal, Thailand, to still be with a chance of salvaging something from this meeting? You've got to think before the 75th minute. Can't see them scoring twice against this Vietnamese defence in quick succession.
I would think the 65th minute, actually, because if you score earlier on, the opposition team gets a bit shaky. Their confidence gets rocked. So the earlier you score, the better, in my opinion.
Shout out to principal presenter of One Play Sports, Duncan Elias is with us. How you doing, Dunk? Have a great weekend. Hope baby Caden's safe and well.
What's up,
Nung Ginger to Sunk Sitter. Well, the intensity for me has gone out of Thailand's play in this second match. The qualification already secured. They'll do well, though, to get back into it. Nachanon, it's come off a Vietnamese player there. They'll have to prevent the corner. And Dom does just that. That was a bit casual, though, and he's nearly played it to Mantuan. Look how far advanced Wantan is, by the way. Started at centre-back in the first game. He's now almost playing left wing.
Yeah, just a swap in position. And he's doing his job, and his side are leading 2-0, so it could be a very justified and a very clever decision from Matt Kalele.
Here's the cool guy, Rose Blink, back to the cool guy. We already saw some drama from him this week with that late goal for Brotherhood Vienna goal in goal extra time. How about this for a run from the cool guy? Still the cool guy. Shout out to our dear friend from Wales, Joshua Lewis is with us, Nitty. Give a shout out to Joshua.
What's up, Josh? How are you doing, my friend? Hopefully we get some Welsh teams in and we can see you play one day.
How's your Welsh accent? Can you do a Welsh accent?
I have no idea what a Welsh accent is.
Well, you can learn that for Joshua for next time. We'll work on that for Sunday. Joshua, header comes in and it's just gone wide as we're now already facing just 28 minutes left here. Third goal would seal the points for Vietnam, but Sung Sitter cuts out the cross. Stay safe, Josh, over there in the UK. Hope you're well as well. I know the UK are planning on coming out of lockdown or circuit breaker in the next couple of weeks. Please stay safe.
Just out of curiosity, what does a Welsh accent sound like?
Well, we have one of our senior management is Welsh, Mr. Hugh Bevy, an esteemed member of international sports broadcasting over a number of decades. Nice cord, that jacket. That's my Welsh accent. But I can't do it as good as Hugh, obviously. And Hugh, I believe, can speak Welsh as well. Lucky da. The cool guy gets it back to Gio Din. Gio Din to the cool guy. Tomcat looks for an option. Tomcat to Kunpi. Lovely work from Kunpi. The cool guy. Look at him fall on his backside. He doesn't know whether it's spring or summer. That could have sealed the deal there.
Yeah, we saw him score from a similar distance yesterday for Brotherhood Vienna. A fantastic goal to take his team into the last 8 of the One Play Pro Club Challenge. Unfortunately, his shot was wide there.
Well, this is reminiscent to me of the Singapore performance. I know there was extenuating circumstances there with the team changes, but once Singapore had got the 3 points they really came into the night looking for against Indonesia, the intensity went out of their game in the second match that they could only finish goalless. And I think it's a similar comment applying to Thailand of that strong defensive work from Rose Blink, who gets to the cool guy.
Yeah, the 2 goals in that first half have given Vietnam something to defend, and they've done it brilliantly so far.
Joshua Lewis has been on the Facebook comment section. Nitty, what's he saying?
That's actually a good accent.
He likes my Welsh accent. Here's Kung Peter, Gio.
Not from the UK though.
Yeah, but not Wales.
You should
Nitty.
know.
The cool guy. I can do Singaporean as well, lah.
That's not very good.
Double confirmer. The cool guy.
Confirm.
Edge of the area. Double confirm Vietnam are going to win this game, Nitin?
Yeah, double confirm that. They've been really superb in the second game. If only they can get it right over 2 games. They've always had 1 win and 1 loss, and it's just a shame.
The cool guy's been brilliant. Lovely pass to Gio Din, squares it. And that was an important interjection from the Thai defence. But this game is shot for Thailand. They're not going to get anything from this one. The news, if you're just joining us, is a 1-0 win at the Rajamangala, but the late Wu Yang Ping goal has already seen them qualify. But will they be first or second? And will Vietnam go through? Because 3 points that they're going to get here won't be enough. They'll have to look anxiously at Malaysia and Brunei's match on Sunday. Don't forget to join us for that this coming Sunday, the 31st. Live at 11 p.m.
Oh, what a
Singapore
ball.
time, GMT +8. Beautiful ball as Nidin says to Doi. He's already got 1 goal, Doi. Nuk Ho Ho making sure he doesn't get another. Here's Sunk Sitter. I think both sets of players have put the cue in the rack here, Nitid.
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes for Wu Yang Ping to get a goal to tie Shami Azik at the top of the top scorers chart though.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed from his team actually,
Yep.
Wu Yang Ping, because the golden boot brings with it a cash prize. And at the moment, Shamir Aziga, Singapore's in possession. Wu Yang Ping will finish today, 1 behind him, unless he gets another late goal here, like he did at the Rajamangala earlier. Good defensive work from Nguyen Chuan. I'm so impressed by Vietnamese defenders throughout this entire Pro Club season. Diong, Nuk Ho Ho, tracks back well.
Fantastic stuff from Nuk Ho Ho.
There's no urgency about Thailand Nitin today, though, in this game, in this second matchup.
Yeah, maybe the qualification and the 2 quick goals from Vietnam just completely took the wind out of their sails.
Here is RZS, Ampa, Kung Fluke, Sunk Sitter. Wu Yang Ping, is this the 6th goal? Still Wu Yang Ping. He's scored from this kind of angle before, but wonderful defensive work from Diong. And look at that from Nanchadon. That's what you call a blood and thunder challenge. But Vietnam give it up to Ampa. Can Ampa pull the trigger? Finds Kung Fluke, and Kung Fluke is going to concede the free kick, and that will be that. And Kung Fluke goes into the book. Just confirming, by the way, Kung Fluke, not one of the players, no Thai players coming into this on a yellow card. I believe there was 1 Vietnamese player on a yellow. Can you confirm who that was, Yusof? Yeah, the cool guy was on a yellow, but he's avoided a yellow, which is important if they qualify, because, of course, when you pick up a yellow, you'll miss the first game in the semi-final. Kung Pi!
Oh, good effort.
Lucky boy, decent save. Just 2 minutes of time to get it on for stoppages. Vietnam, well, they've not got the job done tonight, but they'll be relatively happy with their performance in the second match. And in truth, Vietnam will consider themselves unlucky because they had the better of that second half against Thailand in the first game at the Rajamangala, but they fell victim once again, as so many teams, both at club and country level, have, to Wu Yang Ping.
Yep, the Vietnamese can feel very hard done by. They needed 4 points to qualify today, and they were so close to getting that. Fully deserved their victory in the second game, and in that first game, it'd be hard to argue that they didn't deserve a draw at the very least.
Yeah, they wanted 4, they only got 3. Thailand wanted 2, and they got 3. Thailand, the first nation to qualify. So what a cup to all our friends in Thailand. Cup and cup for joining us. You've lost the second game, but a win in the first has seen you through. Nitin, talk us through the stats and highlights from this one, because the Vietnamese goals that came very early on through Doi and Gio Din inside the first 12 minutes put this game to bed early, and they caught Thailand cold.
Yep, they started with such urgency, the Vietnamese. I think they really knew how important the 3 points were today, and their start justified the 2 early goals that they got. And to be fair, the Thais didn't really create any opportunities in this game as far as I can remember.
But they didn't create that much in the second half at the Rajamangala either. But talk us through these goals. Great finishes, both of them.
Yeah,
Lucky boy, no chance.
It was a fantastic through ball. I think it was Kun Pi with the through ball. A fantastic chest control there by Doi. And he smashes it home with the left foot. No chance for Lucky Boy. Great goal, great start from Vietnam in general. Look at him. He's celebrating with We've got the racing coming up, right? He even knows.
I thought he was doing the bird, wasn't he?
I think he's doing the
With a
racing.
little bit of this
Got
and a
the race.
little bit of that, and shake your butt.
Bang, 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 bang.
Second goal we're going to get a look at now. And this came only 5 virtual minutes later. It's in a wonderful layoff, really selfless play.
Yep, that was all from Kunpi's hard work. He won the ball back. As you can see here, the defender was a bit slow on his heels. Kunpi with a great fake shot. Found Gyaudin in lots of space. He knew the keeper wasn't in goal. Needed to take it on the first touch early. And that's exactly what he did with a nice, cool, calm, composed finish. And look at him. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where's he going? I don't know.
They were having an epileptic flip, the team there together after that second goal. I think they were overcome with joy as we leave the pictures live there at the Mai Dinh Stadium in Vietnam and come back live into the OnePlay eSports Spectrum. Oh, we're going to see some more highlights, are we? I think we are, Nitin. Talk us through this.
They're going to show the same things again? Let's see.
Okay, well, let's have a look, Nitin. Talk us through it.
Okay, yeah, this is the first goal again from Doi.
Yeah, lucky boy, no chance. I'm not quite sure we're seeing these again. Let's leave these highlights, please, guys, and come back to us live in the OnePlay eSports Spectrum. Nitin, and we'll move from the monitor to the presenting position here. And we'll leave those Mai Dinh as that shot. That was really the closest Thailand come to a goal in that second matchup.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, to be truth, and it was fascinating to watch, but in terms of highlights, the reality of that one, apart from a decent save from the traitor kid, the only 2 highlights were the 2 goals. But Vietnam, very professional, got it done. They'll be sick, though. Coming back to that first game at the Rajamangala, they look destined for a point, and that just goes to show how competitive that group is. The fine margins, if not for Wu Yangping, it will be Vietnam through right now, and Thailand in a bit of a panic, but it's the other way around.
Yep, everything needs difference makers, and Wu Yangping was the difference maker in that first game. Again, he didn't get a sniff at goal the whole game. He kept his concentration up, found a bit of space. First time finish into the bottom corner, and it broke Vietnam hearts, unfortunately.
Of course, we're going to get a look at the table in just a minute. Vic working on updating that for you. In fact, Vic's done it. Great work, Vic. Really quick turnaround. Now, let me talk you through this. Thailand and Vietnam conclude their campaigns, and you'll see that Vietnam are in possession of second place. Thailand can't finish out of the top 2. They know that. They're almost certain, you fancy, if Brunei gets something from Malaysia at all, to finish top. The key thing now is Vietnam's position. They've played all their games. They've got 9 points. Look at the goal difference as well. So the goal difference, it can come down to that. Malaysia need 4 points against Brunei to be certain of going through. For Brunei, the equation's quite simple. They have got to win both the matches. If they do, they are through. And we've seen enough from Brunei to say it wouldn't be the strangest thing if they managed to make that happen. Sunday's shaping up to be an absolute fascinating match.
Yep, it's going to be so intense between Malaysia and Brunei. Malaysia need 4 points and 3 goals to take them top of Group A. And Brunei need all 6 points. So lots to play for, lots on the line. Vietnam couldn't manage to get the 4 points today, and that could be their downfall in terms of they'll now have to wait to see what happens between Malaysia and Brunei.
Yeah, we'll tell you the details of that game in just a couple of moments' time. Great to see so many of you again interacting with us on the Facebook comments section on the OnePlay Sports Facebook page. Keep it going. LSFC is what we're all about. And don't forget, if you want to really be part of this show, have a go at singing your country's national anthem. Your country needs you. We think at the moment there might not be another game for Vietnam. We don't know. There'll certainly be more for Thailand. If you can sing the anthem of any of those 8 countries, play it on YouTube, the music in the background, film yourself in landscape like the beautiful Harmar did, and the great work from Makon as well, who sang Pleng Chat Thai for us today. You can WhatsApp it to +65 9721 7756 or email it to studio@oneplaysports.com. Now, lots to tell you about in terms of what's happening in the next 72 to 96 hours here on OnePlay Sports. I'll start with that news I did bring you earlier. In fact, no, I'll start with this quarter-final fixture, then I'll get to the esports news. The Rojak football against ones to watch. An all-Singapore clash, our first quarter-final. That is tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Singapore time, GMT +8. And then, after that, just 24 hours later, we have the big one in Group A. Can Brunei get the 6 points they need? Can Malaysia get the 4 they crave? It is on Sunday, 11 p.m. Singapore time. It's at the Bukit Jalil, and we'll go to Hossail Balakaya for the second game. So, question is this, Nitin, who is going to qualify from Group A? We're 50% there. We know it's Thailand. Will it be Malaysia, Vietnam, or Brunei? Decision time.
I would say Malaysia top the group, Thailand in second.
So you think Malaysia will win both games?
I don't think they'll win both games. I think they'll get a win and a draw, unfortunately, for Brunei and Vietnam.
Okay, well, Nitin's opinion counts for a lot, but I don't know what you think. Tell us, interact with us in the comments section, and you surely have to join us on Sunday as well as tomorrow night for the All-Singapore Clash in the quarterfinals. As promised, that news, just to remind you, more esports coming your way. We're obviously here Tuesdays to Sunday for the next couple of weeks still as well. But now, late Monday, early Tuesday, check back to the Facebook page for confirmation. I'm told 1 a.m. Singapore time, we are bringing you, thanks to our work from Jassel, our head of esports, the Isolation E-Series. A bit of virtual motor racing for you, the likes of Ruben Barrichello, What are you doing now?
Just doing my impersonation of
It looks like you're having an epileptic flip, like the Vietnam person that got the second goal. Lando Norris, more great content coming for you, and Jessel's working very hard to bring even more of it
Nice
into the
one,
One Play
Jessel.
Sports family. That just about does it from us. Same time, same place tomorrow for La Rojak against the ones to watch. And don't forget to join us on Sunday for the remaining games in Group A before we turn our attention to Group B next week. From Nitin and myself, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Take care.